Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. Zack Snyder's Justice League starring Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot. I don't know how to say her name. Sorry if I said that wrong. Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, and Jason Momoa. That was a mouthful. If you guys haven't already known, I wasn't like really hyped for this. It was like on my radar, but it's like it's not something I was like looking forward to, like like Godzilla versus Kong type of deal. It was like it just wasn't up there because I'm not a big fan of the DCU. Like I like Man of Steel and Wonder Woman, and that's pretty much it. I mean, like Shazam and Aquaman is good, but overall the DCEU is pretty lame. It's not very good. And and so when the announcement that Zack Snyder was going to get his full vision of Justice League, I was like, okay, all right, this could be interesting. I mean like I do like Man of Steel, so hopefully they can go back to like that route of Man of Steel and give us a good storyline. And honestly, this is pretty good. It's very enjoyable if you are like a huge superhero fan, like and you love like comic book movies. This is definitely the movie for you. The only problem with this movie is that it's 4 hours long. There's other problems I have with it, like the CGI is not that great. It's like almost video game type of CGI. And I don't know if because they were probably working at this at home, that probably explains the reason why for the CGI. But at the same time, there's people that worked at home throughout the year that released films, and that like for example, Godzilla versus Kong, that CGI is pretty good from the trailer. So, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about the CGI because the CGI is not that good. It like because Steppenwolf looks like a very shiny toy or like a new brand car, brand new car. How and so it's like it looked very off-putting when he was just on screen. He's better as like a character, I guess, but you still don't really care for him. You can't like he's just not a very compelling villain. He's just there. I mean, like they give him a reason to be there than like in the previous Justice League that we got, and so I mean like he's better, I guess. The Flash and Cyborg definitely get more character development in this film. It's a lot better. It's a lot fleshed out. But the problem with you fleshing out these characters, I mean, Jason Momoa's character Aquaman is pretty much the same from Justice League. But the problem what this film has, it doesn't have enough of that English. It doesn't have that much chemistry, like team chemistry. It doesn't have that. Like it doesn't have that because it's too focusing on Cyborg's backstory and the Flash, and that's why I don't really like the DCU because they're just putting all these characters that we are supposed to know and just forcing them in a film instead of like giving them their like a solo film and fleshing them out so then we know. And like it's like okay, yeah, but then there's gonna be copying Marvel, but it's kind of the only way to make us like these characters the way you want us to like them. It's so it's just because it just like the reason why like the Marvel movies are good, like at least when it comes to the Avengers movies, when like when you're like the reason why you like the team chemistry is because you know these characters from their solo films. You got time with these characters, and that's why TV shows are better for like superheroes because you get to flesh them out a little bit longer than you usually do. And so and when it comes to filming, you just try to do like this big event like you did with BVS. You focus way too much on Batman's parents' death of once again, which we basically all know. But at the same time, at least give us a Batman film before you do BVS. And so because then you can just because there's so much cool stuff with in Batman that they kind of hinted at. I was like, I would rather watch that than this because BVS had so many problems. Um, and I mean, like, I did a whole entire, like, 3 reviews uh, with Peter that you guys can go watch. With like we reviewed Man of Steel and BVS and Justice League. If you guys want to get my opinions on that and his, you guys can go check that out. But like, it's just it just didn't. It's just trying to set up too much for the next film, and that's what this film is basically is. It's just almost setting up the next one. It's so because you just don't get any of that team chemistry because it's just too worried about setting up these characters for half of the film, which that makes it 4 hours long. And and if this was released in theaters, which it wouldn't work in theaters because you would get less screenings to get this film in there, so it wouldn't be 4 hours long. You'd probably get like maybe 2 or 3 auditoriums just with it being 4 hours long. And so if you had to cut that down, it would probably be 2 hours 30 minutes to 3 hours, and you're not going to get that much auditoriums either. And so and that's what Justice League sucked for because it had to cut down so much, and we would basically get the same film but maybe even better. I don't know, but like what so then let's just okay. You cut the film down to 2 hours and 30 minutes. What do you take out? There's a bunch of stuff in this film that shouldn't even been in the in the Snyder cut in general. There's a lot of hinting for the next movie, which we're probably never gonna get. That could have been taken out, like because that probably took like at 20 to 30 minutes or so at the end. And there was like there was like other characters that showed up that really didn't really need to be in the film. You could have took that out. Like even like the Flash's like intro was kind of creepy and weird, so you could have taken that out as well, and so basically you just saved about almost an hour of this film. So that would have been like 3 hours long. And there's probably other like little parts that could have been taken out as well to make it even shorter, and it probably wouldn't have changed the film. It wouldn't have changed anything besides taking out a little bit of no, I wouldn't say character development because it didn't really add anything to the Flash. So it's like he I don't know. It was weird. Can't really say that much without getting into spoilers. Um, and so it was just like there was just so much in this film that just made absolutely no sense. Um, just to have in. That's more of like a director's cut type of thing, and this is technically the director's cut and like the vision that Zack Snyder wanted to give, but at the same time, like film tries to be more lighthearted, so there's like a lot of jokes. And the one thing I like over Justice League over this film is that it's more funny. A lot of the jokes in this film is very cringy. Like they still have like the Lois Lane joke where she says you smell good. It's like I thought that was Joss Whedon, but apparently that was Zack Snyder. So I don't like that in either of these films. I don't know if it's the line delivery or it's just I don't know. Because even when the actors try to act off of it, they even's like, is this really what I said? Is this really what I gotta say? It's like, yep, gotta say that. But is that really funny? I don't know. It didn't. I don't like. There's a lot of awkward jokes that could have been also cut out just to shorten this film. But overall, it's a pretty good damn film. The CGI works, I guess, for a streaming movie, and I hope that this film gets um, like a Blu-ray or 4K release because I think it deserves it. Because I would rather own this film than get HBO Max and only be able to watch it on there. HBO Max, they might. I think people are already unsubscribing from HBO Max because I mean they watched Justice League, Zack Snyder's version because that's the only reason why people got HBO Max. And HBO Max will have other original stuff like they're having The Last of Us as well. There's like I believe like a prequel for Game of Thrones, so they will have people coming back just to watch that. So I feel like they should give us like a Blu-ray or 4K version of this film because I would rather want to own this, and maybe it will come with like a wider version, like the full, theater version that we get. Like I don't know the actual numbers or anything like that. But because I don't like the Instagram type of that. I don't like the square and all of that. It really took me out of the film because there was like characters talking with their face cut in half, and so it's like it really kind of took you out, and so it just didn't really make sense. Like characters talking off screen as well. Like it's because of they just made the screen a little bit smaller, and so it's just really it's like because the reason why they did that, it's like, oh, Zack Snyder's doing this so you get a more wider view. Well, there's movies like Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol that have a full wide screen and a wider height. I don't know the actual words, but like they have it. You can do that. I don't know why you're giving us a smaller screen, and so it made absolutely no sense to do that because it just really took me out of the film. Um, yeah, I really don't know what else to say. I feel like I basically said everything without spoiling the film. Sorry if this review's been out a little bit late. Probably everyone's like doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna upload it anyway because I did want to watch this. I've watched this a couple times before this review, just to get a better idea what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give Zack Snyder's Justice League a B plus. It's a very good film. I do enjoy it more than BVS. I do enjoy it more than Justice League, and so. I do want to see the sequel to this film, but I think what's gonna suck about it is that we're never gonna get it because Zack Snyder said I think he's done with the DCEU, and Henry Cavill's out as Superman again. I think Ben Affleck might be still in. I don't know because the last time Henry Cavill left, he left because I think they're like a package deal or something. So I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Zack Snyder's Justice League down in the comments below. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.